Welcome back to another episode of the Arsenal career mode here on FC25, where we have 9 games left to go in the season. It's looking unlikely that we're going to actually win the league. It's actually really looking very unlikely like we're going to win the league here, with Manchester City being 13 points ahead of us with 9 games left to go. It's just not going to happen. They have 1 loss against us. I literally said once we beat them in February, they're not going to lose to it. They're not going to lose anymore. They've dropped 2 points in a draw. That's about it. They won the rest. They are just a different breed here. As far as the FA Cup goes, we have Ipswich in the semifinal, which means Man United and Chelsea are there. And then we have Champions League action in the quarterfinals against Lombardia FC, a.k.a. Inter Milan, where we have Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid, us obviously against Inter, Real Madrid versus Man City, and PSG versus Juventus in the quarterfinals there. We are going to heavily focus on the Champions League. We're going to skip these 2 first games against Fulham and Everton, and we can get straight into the Inter Milan game here in the Champions League. A 2-0 win against Fulham and a 3-2 win against Everton. At least it shows us something there. And now we have Inter Milan in the Champions League quarterfinals here. See what the boys can do. This is our best starting 11, so we can go with it. Martinelli, Gyökeres, Gayorkes. I'm going to start saying Gayorkes. I don't like the way Gyökeres sounds. When I'm editing, it actually pisses me off. So we're going to say Gayorkes, Saka, Odegaard, Medina, Rice, Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, and Mr. David Raya in net. Let's see what we can do here against Inter Milan. And so here is Inter Milan's lineup. We have Summer in net. De Vrij at center back. Is it going to show me the actual lineup? Yeah, there it goes. Summer, Pavard, De Vrij. Why? Okay, why is it taking so long? Bastoni, Bistek, DeMarco, Fortasi, Barella, Calahoglu, Thuram, and Martinez up top. That is their formation. That is their lineup. A back 5 here. This man right here, club captain Odegaard, has a lot of work left to do. Let's see what we can do here against Inter Milan. First leg at the Emirates. Saka now over the top for Gayorkes. Can he win that first ball? He does. He'll turn. He'll shoot. Good save by Summer and out for a corner. There's Fortesi, the actual option for us in the midfield in that January transfer window. When we sold Partey and Jorginho, I was looking at Fortesi. We decided to stay kind of Premier League local with Wifer, and we are going to pay the price for Thuram finding the back of the net now. And Lombardia FC, Inter Milan take the lead here early. 1-0 to the Italians. Martinelli over the top for Martin Odegaard. He's there. Touch, shot, goal. Martin Odegaard started this kind of attack, and Martin Odegaard will finish it as well. 1-1 here. We draw a level against Inter Milan. I don't know where Odegaard is running. He's running way back to the halfway line. He wants his game back underway, but I could have hit this on the volley. Then he decided to take that chest touchdown, and Odegaard slots it bottom on the ground. Summer is not low enough to get to that at all, and it's 1-1. Thuram, Gabriel, great defense there, and now Martin Odegaard on the attack. Can he find Gayorkes? He does. Gayorkes back out wide to Calafiori, and Cala now down the left-hand side, crossed in for Gyökeres. Can he win the header? He didn't even try to win it, and it's looking like we're going to go halftime 1-1. Saka nearly got a touch to that. Couldn't get the final touch shot off, and we'll go into the break 1-1. Thuram, David Raya with the save out for a corner. Calahoglu. David Raya was coming out for that. It was cleared by a defender. Nearly muffled. It's out for another corner after another wicked deflection. Cross comes in. Back post. Ben White will head it away. Down to Martin Odegaard. Over the top for Martinelli now. And Martinelli now looking to do something with it. Can he switch the field over to Saka? Did he stay onside? The answer is yes. Saka onside. Cross pace post for Gyökeres. And it's 2-1. Arsenal take the lead. Of course, who it was to take the lead. It was Gayorkes to find the back of the net. I'm just gonna say sorry every time. You just have to take the sorry every time I pronounce his name, whether it be Gyökeres, Gayorkes, Gyökeres, or however it's actually supposed to be said. I looked it up. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth, but I can't say it properly. So it's either Gyökeres or it's Gallardo. Throwing that in for Martinelli, and Martinelli now. Can we double the lead? The answer is no. Waneri over the top for Havertz. Is he onside? The answer is yes. Kai Havertz now to even get the third right before the end of the game. Kai Havertz on his right foot. just over the bar, and Arsenal will win this game 2-1 here. We take the first leg with us, going to Italy with that 2-1 advantage here. 2.7 million worth value of a Youth Academy player in Luke Hale, 68 to 92 potential. We'll go ahead and sign him up. Honestly, the potential of some of these guys just aren't really, I don't know how to feel about the Youth Academy this year. It's another lackluster year where we're going to need the Youth Academy for these bigger saves to actually have half decent players. Only changes we're making in this game is Wafer starting at center defensive mid and Trossard starting on the left-hand side. We're at Inter Milan Stadium trying to pick up this win, trying to get into the semifinals of the Champions League. We're up 2-1 on aggregate. Let's see if we can keep the form up and running, though. And here we go. We're just going to assume the same exact starting lineup for Inter Milan because they kind of normally don't switch it up within a week. Ben White, Bukayo Saka. We can get an early goal here, set the precedent. That will Arsenal. That'd be great to see. Odegaard on the ball. He has a space to shoot it. He will take the shot. Summer with a decent save. Declan Rice, Gabriel, no. Trossard got in the way. He didn't even try to make the effort for it. Bukayo Saka got blocked off. And now here comes into Milan in the counterattack is Barella. Saliba looking to come across. Latardo levels it up here. And Thuram. Halftime, Inter Milan level it up here. It's 2-2 on aggregate, 1-0 on the day for Inter. They actually will win. I don't know what the heck just happened to Lautaro Martinez, but Trossard, Gayorkes, 3-2 on aggregate, and of course it had to be him. The Swedish man himself gets us back in the lead on this tie level on the day. This first time finish by Gayorkes is beautiful. B-set can't stop it. Summer is not expecting it to be a first time shot. He's going the other way, just trying to set himself up there in the middle. We find that top left corner. We take the lead on aggregate. See if we can see it throughout now for the rest of the game here. Bukayo Saka. And Bukayo Saka now down the right hand side. Bukayo Saka. He's going to take it on himself. He got a corner out of it. Blocked off of Bastoni. Out for a corner. Couple of changes for us in the last 10 minutes here. Trossard off for Havertz. Gayorkes off for Jesus. Wharton on for Weaver. Timber on for Calafiori for the last 10 minutes here. Mkhitaryan, a former Arsenal player. Thuram. Saliba. Great tackle there. Possibly game tie winning tackle there. Declan Rice now to Ben White. Ben White to Bukayo Saka, who's open. Bastoni's keeping him on side. Saka's going to cut inside. And Bukayo Saka trying to put that game to bed. Now he's got to get back and play defense for the last, I don't know how long. The referee, oh, they're not going to have enough time. It's going to be Arsenal in the semifinals of the Champions League, knocking off Inter Milan 1-1 on the day, 3-2 on aggregate. We're into the Champions League semifinal. Now can we get into the FA Cup final when we take on Ipswich Town in the semifinals at Wembley. And all the fixtures are done. Atletico Madrid take down Liverpool 5-3 on aggregate. Manchester City take down Real Madrid 5-3 on penalties. Juventus lose to PSG. So PSG are the semifinals, taking down Juventus 4-2 on aggregate. A very, very juicy. The two weakest teams on there is us and Atletico Madrid, realistically. Possibly even maybe PSG with no Mbappe. Now the question is who is going to get in the Champions League, but also was it going to be before or after the FA Cup semifinal? It will be after, and we do get Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League semifinal. So we have to go through the French Giants. No Mbappe though, so a little bit weaker, a lot weaker there. Let's get to this Ipswich game in the FA Cup. Getting my cups mixed up here. We should be able to beat Ipswich in the league. We do a 2-0 win there in the league. And now FA Cup action is up next. Saka will take the captain armbands amidst Odegaard's absence from the starting 11. Waneri will take his spot. Yuri and Timber at center back. Zinchenko at left back. Davirea in net. Gayorkes at striker. Martinelli at left wing. Other than that, unchanged 11 there at Wembley here against Ipswich Town. And so here's Ipswich starting 11 amidst the absolute rockets. You see there, it's kind of all muffled and all over the place. Johnson, Gomez, Greaves, Davis, Luongo, Taylor, Burns, Jack Clark, Sammy Smartix, Liam Delop, all in the starting 11. I don't know why it's so loud. It's our first game at Wembley of the season of FC25. Hopefully not the last of the season for sure. Hopefully we can get into the final and take on either Man United or Chelsea. Declan, possible foul? No. We'll play on, but he's injured. Winery. Martinelli. Martinelli off for the post into the back of the net. Arsenal take the lead. 1-0. Gabriel Martinelli on the score sheet. Winery. Declan Rice. Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka. Bukayo! Saved by Mirotic and out for a corner. First corner of the day for us. It's looking like Declan Rice did run off that injury. Yorkis. Bukayo Saka. Oh, Martinelli was making that run. Should have just taken it with Saka. Halftime, 1-0 up at the break here. We have the lead thanks to Gabriel Martinelli. But a couple of chances, a couple of just key mistakes there that won't allow us to be more than 1-0 up. But the trip to Wembley, is looking good right now at least. Saka on the corner. Ben White on a header, and Ben White will connect onto it. We finally score a corner. One that's not really scoring the corners, kind of sending the picks off for the goalkeeper. It's Benjamin White on the header. We double the lead. We get that cushion, and we should be cruising to the final of the FA Cup here. Wembley to Wembley. It's looking real good right now. Sammy Smotics, David Ray with the save, out for a corner. Some subs for Arsenal here. First off, we have obviously Ipswich, but Sterling coming on for Martinelli. We have Declan Rice off for Weifer. We have Havertz on for Saka. We also have Adam Wharton coming on the field for Marino. We have Havertz at right wing for Saka. We have Trossard on at left wing for Martinelli, and Gabriel Jesus at striker for Gyökeres. Show me what you're about, Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling. Can he get the cross on? No, he can't. That's going to be game over. A dominant-ish win against Ipswich Town. A 2-0 win. Wembley to Wembley. We will be playing Wembley again one more time this season in the FA Cup final against either Manchester United or Chelsea. But now we got to shift our focus to PSG in the Champions League. We will go ahead and include the first leg against PSG here in this episode as a little bit bonus game. It's PSG versus Arsenal at the Parc des Princes. We're away from home in the first game. Let's see if we can get a decent fixture, a decent result away from home. And here is PSG's lineup. Donnarumma in net. We have Hakimi at right back for sure. That's all we know. Marquinhos, Kimpembe, and Udogie as a back four. The midfield trio, we have Vitinha, we have Joao Neves, and Goretzka in that midfield with Vlahovic as the striker, Dembele at right wing, Barcola down left-hand side. A very, very good PSG side here. Vlahovic is a decent striker, not decent, he's a very good striker. Dembele might be on attack early. He is. David Ray with the save. Ben White closed down, but is able to somewhat get rid of it. Declan Rice now to Saka. Calafiori switching the field over to Bukayo Saka. If he can get there, he can. It was beautifully weighted as well. Bukayo Saka now on the ball. Back to Declan. Into Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard to Gyökeres. Gyökeres into Saka. And Saka's in behind. And Saka will open the scoring here. Arsenal 1, PSG 0. We take the lead here against PSG, against the run of play early in the game. 1-0 to the boys in red and white. Vlahovic, Dembele, surely he's straight offside. He didn't. Saved by Raya. Ben White can't properly clear it. He will just boot it up the field at the end there. Gyökeres, he getting past his defender. That's a penalty, referee. Kimpembe send him off. A possible red card for the Paris Saint-Germain defender, or is it just going to be a yellow? It will be a red card. PSG are down to 10 men. The captain is out of the game. And Arsenal have a chance to double the lead here. Always a penalty. I was literally starting to hit circle. I was moving my button to hit circle, my finger to hit circle. Odegaard can still score this. Martin Odegaard to make it 2 over the wall into the back of the net. Martin Odegaard 2-0 for Arsenal. Penalty or not, we'll still score. And one captain gets sent off. The other one puts it into the back of the net. 2-0 to Arsenal away from home. Halftime 2-0 up here against PSG. Dembele flying down this right-hand side, getting past Calafiori. Now getting crossed against Vlahovic. Gabriel somehow won the ball back. Declan Rice looking to clear the ball up the field. Didn't really put much power on it. Saka down the right-hand side now. Bukayo Saka over the top for Yorkes. Marquinhos win the header. Yorkes will get it back, though. Saka, that's a penalty for sure. And a chance to triple the lead here. Could that be another sending off? Could that be PSG down to 9 men? No, that one's a yellow card. Joao Neves takes out Bukayo Saka on a fluky challenge like that. We get a penalty, a chance to triple the lead here, and to almost kind of confirm our spot in the final of the Champions League. Top left, Bukayo Saka puts it away, nice and easy. Arsenal 3, PSG 0. Ben White winning it back. Ben White just clearing up the field on the other side of the field as well, and that is game over. Arsenal 3, Paris Saint-Germain 0 in the first leg. We are looking really good to get into the final of the Champions League. And when we come back, it will be the season finale, possibly the series finale. I said at the beginning of this, we want to win the league or the Champions League, aka kind of win the Champions League, to be honest. But we would have loved to win the league. That's just not going to happen, though. Manchester City will win the league. They are 16 points clear with 4 games left to go for them. We have 5. We can only get 15 points, so they have officially won the league there, so we can't do anything about it. They're just not losing games. It's as simple as that. Where we lost 5, they only lost 2. So, yeah, there's that. So, PSG second leg, which should be at ease. Manchester United final in the FA Cup. That's going to be a tough game. And then Champions League final when we get there, if we get there, as long as we don't bottle it against either Atletico Madrid or Manchester City. So there will be that for next episode. But for now, leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.